Welcome along to another of my very unprofessional but well-meaning videos. So this is another sign language one. I've decided that it's such a lovely day. I've decided to get into my bikini and my sarong and come outside to the garden because it is beautiful. You might hear above me, I've got a little gazebo set up. That noise, I've just realised, might sound a lot louder to you, so my apologies if so. But because the weather has been so gorgeous, and I know it's also going to be quite horrible soon, I thought, I'm British, let's talk about the weather. So, if we start off with weather, by the way, I'm sorry I'm a day late. It's because I've been obsessing over my little pixie cat. Anyway, more updates on her a little bit later, but let's start. I'm starting to think, should I restart this video? I just don't know. No, I'm going to carry on and just hope that you can forgive me, because otherwise I am never going to get around to dinner and things like that. So I could just be here all evening. So weather, first of all, weather is actually fanning your face like that. Weather. Okay, so weather. I mean, it feels appropriate right now. It's like, whew, weather. This weather. Oh, goodness. Right, I feel a little bit exposed. But that's all right. Take me as you find me. I am what I am. Okay, so that was weather. I've made my little notes as usual. They're so funny. Kind of things that I've written down. So, for example, with sun, dom hand bursts open. So that means, it's just a reminder for myself. It's just a little safety net. Dominant hand bursts open. So you take your dominant hand, and that is the big sun in the sky, and then it bursts open to shine its rays on you. So that is sun. So luckily I feel that these weather ones seem to be quite obvious, because sometimes with British Sign Language, sometimes the signs don't look necessarily entirely relatable to what they are depicting, but I like the fact that sun is sun, just shining down on us. So sun. Then rain, you take your two hands, and on the video that I'm learning from, or because I've actually signed up to an online course, so I signed up to two actually, and I've got a book, the British Sign Language for Dummies, and I'm kind of just keeping my fingers in many pies when it comes to learning. So I'm looking at a lot of different resources just to remind everyone that there are different ways of doing it. So I might not be doing it the way that you do, but according to this website, which is a British Sign Language website, rain is coming in from one side diagonally, rain. So you bring your hands down, and that, to me, that looks very obviously like rain. So that's quite lucky again, because you don't have to think of an association. Now, if you wanted to make it look as though it was very heavy rain, then you puff your cheeks out for emphasis. So it would be, so that's again how you would use not just your hands in sign language, because it's way more than just using your hands. So we've got weather, sun, and rain. Then after the sun and the rain come together, they have a baby, and the baby's called the rainbow. I know. I'll do a sign for another time. I'm sorry, I'm just being silly. Oh, helicopter. So rainbow, your hand is basically in a C shape. Your dominant hand goes over from the opposite side of the body, and it makes a rainbow. You're essentially drawing a rainbow. So we've got rainbow. Then for snow, this is pretty. It's I've put twinkle fingers down. So snow is like that. I think I'm just wanting to move them in a wafty way, but you don't have to. The gentleman in the video that I watched goes snow. So it's just a case of bringing them down, little snowflakes falling like so. Oh, I'm getting lots of messages. It's very off-putting. I'm going to turn this on to silent. There we are, so that I don't hear any noises, and you don't have to put up with the noises of other people coming through. Okay, so we were up to rainbow. No, we weren't. We were up to snow. So snow, twinkling. Why not? maybe we can put a bit of movement in there. I guess it's a little bit like how we speak. We've all got different ways of speaking. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I wouldn't want to be making a mistake, but I think just that tiny, as long as you bring them down like that. I think I have noticed with people, when I watch people who sign, I can see when they sign a word that I know, especially on news updates, and I can see that people have a slightly different, their own signature to it, if you like. So we had snow. Thunder. Now this one is less kind of obvious. It's not a sort of say what you see. Your hands are back here. Oh, I've gone out of focus. It's probably good for some bits of me. Hands are next to the head and the fingers point forward. Thunder. So I'm trying to think of what association you would have to remember that one. Thunder. Maybe it's big noises, you want to cover your ears, but they're out like that. Thunder. I haven't thought this through, I've got to say, because I haven't had that much time, because my little cat is not well, but she's happy. She is happy. She's fine. She's totally unaware of what's going on. She seems to be. Okay, so that was thunder. Then lightning. This one is good because it is just draw a lightning bolt. So you just with your finger, lightning. And then windy. This is nice. I think you're going to feel like you've really learned something, and it's been quite a lot easier than some weeks, because windy is like the word weather. Weather. Windy. So that's helpful, isn't it? And I don't know for sure, but I would imagine that if you puff your cheeks out, that's going to be like really windy. Oh, I was about to make some sort of crass joke. I know, I'm terrible. I'm 5 years old. 5-year-olds are probably more mature than me. I don't know. Okay, so windy, and then fog. Your two hands together, palms facing out, in front of your face. You're going to draw little circles inward to each other. Fog. And that one for me feels quite easy as well, because it's making a sort of misty fog in front of your face. It's making everything here go soft focus as well. But that's just coincidence. That's fog. Hail. I like this one. You've got your two fingers down and you just make sharp movements down. So it's hail. It's like my typing. I'm a two-finger typist. I really am. I'm so bad. Sometimes I'll put a middle finger in there as well, but I'm not one of these people. I think you guys are very clever, those of you who can do that. Okay, so that was fog and then hail. So those are all of the weather signs. And I'm also going to show you the signs for spring. For seasons. I'm wondering if I should go back and do all of the weather ones first. No, let's recap all of them together. So spring, this one's really nice. You've got your hand here, your non-dominant hand, and then your dominant hand grows up to a beautiful flower. So spring. Isn't that nice? I thought that was really lovely. So spring, and then summer. You just mop your brow, and I think that's what we're all doing at the moment. Oh, mop your brow. So that's summer. And then autumn. I really like this one as well. It's really funny. I've got great affection for a lot of these signs that we're doing today. Autumn, that's A, if you remember. So your finger spelling the letter A, and then you take these two fingers together and it slowly falls down like a leaf. So, autumn. Isn't that sweet? It's so cute. I just love it. And then the winter, I like this as well because I do this when I'm cold. So you don't have to pull that face. You can do if you're trying to say this a really cold winter. But winter is just putting your arms by your sides and doing that winter. So they just move side to side. Okay, so I've got 5 minutes left of the video, so let's go back to the beginning. So we're talking about weather and seasons. So weather, remember the weather. So it's just your hands fanning your face. Then, excuse me looking down at my notes because I can't remember otherwise which order I went in. So then, pardon me, I just had an apple a day keeps doctor away, they say. Let's hope. I had an apple and I had a gorgeous, the best tangerine that I have ever had. It really was lovely. It was from work, actually. They have been providing us with our lunches and fresh fruit every day as well, which I think is just great. Okay, so where were we? So weather, and then sun. Do you remember the sun? The sun bursts its rays onto you. So sun. I don't know why I look up at it. You don't have to do that. That's just me. Sun. Maybe I'm just making sure it's still there, because sometimes it's rare to see the sun, but certainly not at the moment. So that's sun. And then rain was drawing the hands down diagonally in front of the face. Rain. And you might remember, if it's heavy rain, so puffing the cheeks out provides some more visual emphasis on what it is you're trying to convey. And then snow is twinkle fingers. So snow, or my version, snow. Okay, and then we had thunder. Now this was the one that I think was maybe the hardest to remember, but if you think of putting your hands over your ears, thunder. You don't have to do that, by the way. I'll just show you again, in case, just to avoid confusion. Thunder. So you're just pushing your hands forward. I really should have covered up a bit more. Thunder. Okay, so it's the hands, if you can see, it's thunder. It moves like that, but forwards, thunder. And do you remember what lightning was? I think this one is probably the easiest. You just draw a lightning bolt. So it's lightning. It always makes me think of the 80s. I used to have some earrings that were little lightning bolts way back when. And then, so lightning, then windy. Remember weather? Windy. So it's the same. And then fog. Remember, you can't see so well because there's fog in front of your face. And it's the hands circling in towards each other in front of your face. Fog. And then one more on the weather, and that was the hail. So if you imagine the hail really just hammering down, it's dropping down onto the ground. Hail. And just do that a few times. So that's all of the weather. Now the seasons. So spring, it was that lovely one where the spring flower is just blooming through. So spring. And then summer. So you're just mopping your brow because it's so hot. And then autumn. I don't know why, this one, I think it's my favourite one today. A, so your finger spelling A, because that's A-E-I-O-U. A. And then the two fingers fall down together like leaves. Autumn. Isn't that sweet? I don't know why, it just melts my heart. I don't know why, it's just cute. I don't mean that in a patronising way, there's just something about it, I like it. And then winter. Winter. Sorry, I looked really excited because I also do that when I'm excited. I go, yay! So winter, when you're cold and you just want to be warm. So there are all 4 seasons and a good deal of weather to keep you going. It is lovely out today. I do hope that it's nice where you are. And I've actually got one of those cheesy inflatable hot tubs. Because I didn't get to go on holiday this year, I decided that was going to be sort of my birthday present to myself, and instead of the money I'd have spent on holiday, I decided to invest in one of those. I'm just looking at it from here, and I'm going to go and get in that, and I'm going to do my story, because I do a story every week on a Thursday, or I do a bit of a story. I'm reading one story and I'm carrying on going, that will be my neighbour Fred. He's always doing stuff in his garden. Anyway, I'll let you go for now, but I really hope that you're all keeping very, very well, and thank you for always being around for me and all of your lovely messages. I have no way of keeping up in this lifetime, there's just so many of them, but thank you, and do keep your chin up, keep your mind occupied, keep active, keep healthy, eat some fruit and veg sometimes. Chips count as a veg, don't they? I guess. Sometimes they do in my case. Everything in moderation, that's what they say. My time is going to run out on this, so I'll stop here. Thanks again for tuning in.